Hey guys, just before we start the sketch, I just want to give a shout out to my buddies who are working on Gameplay, which is a new blog, a new gamer blog that will bring you all the latest video game reviews and industry news. They're really, really great. I think these guys are really hard working. It's all new, so go check them out. I'll put a link to the blog down below in the description, so go give it a click. Hey guys, Jake here. Just wanted to give you all a very quick message whilst I'm walking outside here in the beautiful English countryside, that you guys should make sure that you're
Never go outside. Always wear your mask when you're inside. Become a human cocoon.
What's up gamers, it is TreesapJake here with yet another video. Now following on from the last video that I did, taking a look at warriors and monks, we're now going to go into something that I think is a little bit worse, a little bit harder, a little bit scarier, and that is the rogue mage and the shadow priest rogue. Now the thing with stealthers, and the one problem that we have as a shaman, is that in stuns, in CC, we can't do anything. There is very little we can do, and what little we can do, I will be showing you what we can. So it's really hard, and sometimes you've got to make some judgment calls. And also, we're not hyper mobile, we're not the slowest, but we're not the fastest. So sometimes staying on some targets can be quite difficult. But we'll take a look at this first clip here, which is Shadow Priest Rogue, and let's get into it. So starting off, as I always do, now this is the recommendation I do with anything, even if it's disc rogue or any healer rogue, is to get in there and get your earthbind down. The rogue's main plan is to get a sap on your healer, because they want to sap healer, they want to kidney shot you, and they want to go you. The alternative is they kidney shot the healer, and then they cheap shot you, and then they blind off that into sap. There's lots of different ways they can do it, but either way, they don't want to sap you. Sometimes they will, sometimes they'll go for the sap, and then kidney shot the healer and then come back to you. That's how they can do it, and then blind them off that. You've just got to be able to survive and be prepared for that. So what you can do is they've got to get to your healer first. And so what you want to do is you want to try and run in and get an Earthbind. Now Earthbind is quite a long range. You can get that down. I use a mouse over macro, so I can often get it at its max range without any fumbling or anything like that. I just put it down here. So let's go. As you can see, I get it down. It's down. I'm in combat now. Now obviously the priest is getting Mind Seer out. I then immediately get Earth Ellie out, because if I'm going to be stunned now that my healer cannot be sapped, I've got my wall. So I can press the Earth Ellie wall in that stun, and that's 40%. For 10 seconds, and that's quality, and then we'll be safe in that first go. And the main thing is disrupting the first go. So now I've got Flame Shock on, I'm just doing okay. I'm going to start purging them here. The rogue opens up, he gets the cheap shot on there, I knock him away because he's on me. He then uses his charge of his Shadow Step here. I think it's worthwhile doing it for the rogue, because they always press Shadow Step to get back onto you, really important there. And then we got a Mind Bomb. So I've got Mind Games, I've got Void Torrent. This is big damage for them. I put down, once I'm out of the stun, I put down Tremor. Tremor gets rid of Mind Bomb. Mind Bomb is something that replaces their fear. It's like a dot. They can dispel it. Healers can dispel that. But it puts a fear on them, and you can get rid of that with Tremor. So there we go. I'm all good. So I'm in there now. I kick the Void Torrent, and now I just want to hit this. I want to hit the Rogue. Rogue is the most important target. I want to try and get some damage on, but obviously, you know, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. I get kicked on fire. This means I can get a free Stormkeeper. I'm going to try and hit him with it. Instead, he runs around the pillar, so I'm going for my Master of Elements, and then using Stormkeeper on the Shadow Priest here, and then I press Lasso, and now we get Dispersion. That's good. So we've got some cooldowns. The main thing is I want to try and keep this rogue from going out, going back into stealth. I'm going to try my best, but it is very, very difficult. Just hitting him with a few lava bursts, just trying to kite away from my healer so I don't get hit by the Mind Bomb as well. We trinket that one. I'm obviously got Void Torrent on me here. I'm chilling. I haven't pressed anything yet. I want to try and purge this rogue. Rogue, we get cloaked, so rogue's going to definitely get a re-stealth. You could set your Earth Ellie pet on him to go for that, but I don't want to chase him here. I want to keep trying to put pressure on the Shadow Priest. So I'm just going to chill. He's going to try and line me here as much as possible. He may try, if normally a Shadow Priest would try and fear this one. Instead, he presses Fade, you know, get a double fear on us. That'd be pretty bad. Into either a cheap shot or a kidney shot on the healer, into a cheap shot on me. Quite difficult to handle. So instead he presses Fade. He fades my Meteor, which is quite a bit of damage, and then obviously I press Primordial Wave off that. I'm a little bit slow on this one, and this is one of the mistakes that I make, so I throw that in there. That's a waste of a cooldown. But instead I put Flame Shock on the rogue just before he gets me. I've got my Fire Ellie out, I'm doing damage. I can't stop this Mind Bomb until I'm out this triple stun deal, but I do, and then I'm in Dome, and we're all fine. This is a big cooldown, you know, we're chilling. There's no problem at all. I haven't pressed anything. I've still got my wall. I'm trying to get the rogue rogue, but the rogue's really hard to get to. I'm going to chase him here. I missed my Earthbind, my second mistake. Got to be careful there. That's the one problem with the mouse over thing. So we don't get the rogue back. The rogue's over there. So I'm chasing the priest instead. I'm still in combat, thankfully. So we're at half mana. We're kind of doing okay. The rogue comes back in. He's there. I'm going to start hitting him with a few things. I press lasso, and hopefully it's the end here. We get swap. So they are really, really low. There's nothing else we can do. We get bomb. So I've still got, just an FYI, I've still got my trinket. I haven't pressed trinket. I'm waiting for the bomb. There is no way I trinket anything else other than the bomb because I'm fine otherwise. So just remember that. And then we get in, and this should be the end. Hopefully soon. And it's over. Nice. So that's everything. He gets to silence a little bit too late, and he puts a mind bomb on me trying to save his rogue. But even then, I think the priest has got him. And that's the end of that. So obviously, I'll play the full clip so you can see it. There is no commentary. I did this without any comms with these in all these clips. So hopefully you can see it in a fast pace.
Sure, it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. Sound right, boys.
Okay guys, in this next clip we're taking a look at the first Fire Mage sub-rogue 2's comp. Now this is a comp that you'll see a lot. We queued into this maybe 3 or 4 times in a row. It is a very, very prominent comp to go up against, so important to learn what to do. Now something to bear in mind, the invisibility done by the mage lasts about 20 seconds or so. Your Earth Ellie lasts for about a minute. So if you get that out in the beginning, you will have about, I don't know, sort of 40 seconds or so of the Earth Ellie up before they have to do the opener on you, which is good, which means you can use that Earth Ellie wall in their first stun, and I recommend you do it because it is vital. But let's get into it. We'll see what happens here. So as I come in, I'm doing my Fleshcraft, and I'm going to press Earth Ellie here so that Earth Ellie is out, and we're just going to wait. So I get the sap. Here comes the Greater Pyro. I'm going to send my Ellie onto there. I'm going to press the wall. So I wall the Meteor, I wall the Greater Pyro, I wall all his damage. I'm really not taking much. My Paladin's sitting a full sheep, and we're chill. I put down grounding to try and stop all the damage. I've got Bop on me as well, so we're actually kind of chilling here. Unfortunately, he hodges the rogue. Please never do that. Please hodge the other target, preferably if you can. But again, obviously, he's just doing this to keep the rogue in stealth. And obviously, Blinding Light, again, another problem here. So when you play with the Holy Powder, got to be careful. Blinding Light removes your Flame Shock, which can be quite difficult. Shouldn't really play that into this. Should probably play Short Hodge, but Blinding Light can be useful as well against Rogue Mage. It really doesn't matter as long as you can get some CC and stop the goes. But anyway, he's used it all here. Didn't need to. I kicked the Polymorph. I'm just chilling. I've got my Earth Ellie out still. I'm just trying to keep this guy in combat. We get a Hex so I can kind of avoid the damage. We get his one of his walls out. We get the full poly. This is where the rogue is going to open in a second. We get Combust. I Trinket Wall. Important. Have to Trinket Wall in that situation. Sometimes it just is one of those things. Combustion is scary. I know sometimes I say save it for the bomb, but at this point, it just is completely and totally necessary to trinket wall that, otherwise you are dead regardless. You may be dead here after when we get the bomb, but the main thing is to try and keep this rogue in stealth so he doesn't open on you. I'm going to do my best here. They're going to get down a ice wall. I'm keeping the rogue in. The rogue press shadow blades, and this is where he triple DR stuns me. He's messed up there. That is really good for me, so I'm just going to keep the damage rolling, trying to keep this rogue in. I'm sitting a full, my paladin's sitting a thing. I sit the blind, which is good. I've still got my fire rally on him. The paladin is obviously sadly on the other side. We lose him. He does actually try and get the stealth. There's nothing I can do about this. I'm going to focus on doing the fire mage while this guy eats. We get block instead. I'm going to try and stop the eat here by putting down earth bind. I think I get it. I just about get it. I'm going to press Thunderstorm here because I know he's in the area just to knock him out. He's then slowed. He goes for the cheap shot on me. He could press bomb here. He could do lots of different things, but they're sitting a full polymorph, so there's no need. I dodged the meteor, really aware of that. That wasn't the best at meteors. I think the mage was too busy doing some other stuff. I kicked the poly there, which is important, trying to stop the restuff. Unfortunately, we get the double DB. I can't stop this ring, but what I can do is hit this rogue when he comes onto me here. So I'm going to just press my buttons and instantly do damage. And as he presses the duel, it is over. So something to take away from that. Sometimes it's necessary to press trinket, sometimes it's necessary to do things like that before the bomb. Combustion is a scary thing. If you trade trinket and wall for combustion, that is worth it. You can get obliterated. I would have been deleted with both their damage if I hadn't pressed wall. So important, but otherwise you want to save it for the bomb. He didn't use bomb in the end, which I think is a little bit of their mistake, and obviously the triple DR kidney shot, but at least you kind of get an idea of what you're meant to be doing in this, at least in twos. So now I'm going to play the full clip. Okay guys, in this next clip, it's a little bit different. I actually do quite well in this one. We managed to stop the entire go, so the rogue never even comes back in. He actually in fact, does a surrender in between. You'll see he never comes back up. He actually slash AFKs or surrenders the match just before we do anything, because he knows they're never going to win because we completely outplay them. So hopefully you'll learn something from this. So let's get into it. So again, I start off, there's none of them there. I want to fleshcraft. I want to get my Earth Ellie out. I want to make sure that I am perfectly ready for this. I'm going to chill a little bit and then I'm going to press Earth Ellie. Nice. So then I've got the full rotation for if they open. It means that I can obviously use my wall. Just chilling. I like to move back in Tolvaron. I like to stay behind this pillar here. I don't know why my paladin goes around the pillar. I wouldn't recommend this. He wants to stay near. The mage comes out randomly for no reason. Normally they would open really hard, but what he wants to do is he wants to drag us back out into the open. Don't get tempted. I'm just going to send Earth Ellie in and get in combat. I then, obviously, this guy's not healing me, so I'm saying to heal me here. You'll see this pop up in a second. I'm going to type it. Please heal me. That gets him in combat. That means that the rogue can't do anything. Nice. So we can now push in. Okay, they want us to move over to the next pillar. They don't want us to be so enclosed. They don't know really how to handle this, but just in case they do anything here, like this is the best case scenario, I'm just purging him. The rogue opens, he does this. I'm going to press my wall now, so it negates entirely their entire damage. They haven't popped any big cooldowns, but I'm just stopping the opening really from the shadow dance, which is, I guess, a little bit scary, but not even that scary. So I lasso the rogue here, I get kicked, we get the Hodge down, I'm trying to do some damage. I'm hopefully going to consider going for a Hex here, but I don't really need to at the minute because they are just chilling. They get my bop, and we're just running around there, and we've just stopped and negated the entire opening there. So we're perfectly fine. I'm just keeping him in, keeping this guy in. He's trying to get away. Frost Shock on cooldown, trying to weave those in between my damage. I'm then going to get Stormkeeper out. Annoyingly, he removes my Flame Shock, so that did reduce my damage a little bit, but we're going to proc him here in a second. He's gonna have to press Ice Block. As you can see, the rogue's not coming back out because he knows it's just all over, and that's really kind of the main thing that you need to be doing in any of these matches when they're going like this, is just making sure that you're playing safe. A lot of these rogue mages will be a lot better than these guys. They'll actually know exactly what to do. They won't come out, they'll only come out later on. Unfortunately, I think that mage did come out a little bit late because he had to, because obviously if visibility was ending, he had to come out. He couldn't get over there. They wanted us to be pushed out, and the rogue was doing nothing, but in the end, that was just it, and it's over. And as you can see, the rogue just never returns because he's just /AFK'd out. So the main thing is, if you survive the opener, the rogue mage, you can do it. There is a second setup that they can do. There is one where they again go for a kidney shot on your healer, cheap shot on you, blind, that sort of thing. They can do a lot of damage very, very quickly, but as long as you keep the pressure on and keep the rogue in, that's really important, and you just disrupt them. Really, it's about saving the right cooldowns for the right time, pressing wall when you need to, having a predisposition for where you think they're going to go, and it'll be easy. So between a much harder rogue mage and obviously a very weak rogue mage, this is kind of how you can handle it. Okay guys, that's it. That's the end of the video. That is all the clips that we have. I really hope they're useful. I really hope that gives you an idea of what to do. All of those games are about 1800, about 1900 MMR, so nothing that's not achievable for you all guys. I think definitely everyone can get there, get that elite set, get the upgrade to your gear, and hopefully play really, really well. And just hopefully that answers some questions. If I haven't touched on things that you want more information on, please do let me know in the comments. Ask me any queries, any concerns. You can DM me on Twitter, DM me on Discord, ask me in the Discord channel. I'm more than happy to help, but hopefully I will see you in the next video. But until then, see you.